Pulse. We're talking as usual about, we were talking about the 3D printing and how after these patents, after these patents go down, 3D printing is definitely going to be on the rise because all of the innovation that can come from the development of 3D printing by exploring these patents are held back because a lot of these things are patented. And so, you just can't, there's nothing you can do as far as nothing these engineers can do to advance 3D printing because everything is patented. And so once these patents die, the market is going to be open for many people to be able, including engineers, designers, for many people to use or develop 3D printing to a level that hasn't been seen before because, quite frankly, a lot of these people that's dealing with 3D printers don't have the same, may not have the same expertise as some of the people who would have the 3D printing in their site. So look to see a huge drop in price in these printers as everyone starts trying to manufacture them. Every company, Sony, Panasonic, all of these companies are going to start trying to manufacture. JVC, they're all going to start trying to manufacture 3D printers because they see the implications of it and they want to get their part of it. And because of that, that's going to lead to lower prices in 3D printing. So in 2014, that's going to be, right now we're seeing 3D printing in its infancy as far as in the consumer version, because 3D printing has been around for a while commercially, but tens of thousands of dollars is what those printers cost. Right now, we're talking, some of the printers have even come down into that $1,300 range, even cracked that $1,000 barrier, but you're going to be able to see 3D and laser 3D printing. We're talking high-end 3D printing. We're going to get that coming way down as companies, more companies like the Sonys, like the even Microsofts, like the Panasonic start getting into the 3D world as far as trying to produce these printers. So 2014 is going to be an exciting time as far as 3D printing, as far as technology goes. I can't wait to see what kind of competition, when those patents expire, what kind of competition is going to develop as a result of the patents expiring in 3D printing. So definitely that's something that I'm looking forward to. Now another thing I'm looking forward to, this feud between CBS and Time Warner. I don't know what's going on here, but according to a report by The Verge, Areo, and now, let me explain a little bit just for those of you who don't know about Areo. Areo is a company based in New York. They have the New York and Boston markets. Right now, they're a company that allows you to stream over-the-air channels, like your local channels, CBS, Fox, ABC, NBC. They allow you to stream those over-the-air, those over-the-air channels online. Stream online with a little antenna that they sell you, and they don't have to pay rebroadcasting fees. CBS, Fox, all of these companies have sued Areo, saying that what they're doing is illegal. The courts have upheld Areo's right to sell these equipments that allow you to capture over-the-air signals and stream it online to their customers, allowing their customers to be able to watch over-the-air channels wherever they are in the world as long as they have an internet access. Now, Areo could win big in this fee dispute between CBS and Time Warner. Here's the thing. Time Warner Cable says that if it can't reach an agreement with CBS over the fees it pays to retransmit the network's programming, because the Time Warner Cable has CBS on its lineup, and they're in negotiations for how much CBS wants Time Warner to pay them for Time Warner to be able to retransmit CBS's programming. So Time Warner is saying if they can't reach an agreement with CBS over the fees it pays to retransmit the network's programming, it will recommend that customers try Areo, according to a published report. Now, the Time Warner Cable spokesman told the New York Times today, and this is according to The Verge, that if CBS pulls its shows from Time Warner Cable, it would recommend to its New York customers to try Areo, that the service that, of course, because of its unique business model, doesn't pay any retransmission fees to broadcasters to access their TV shows over the internet. No question that if Time Warner makes good on its threat, it will help raise Areo's profile. Now, according to reports, Time Warner is reluctant to pay CBS's price to retransmit the network shows, and just like previous clashes over retransmission fees, it's the customers who will have less to watch if the deal can't be reached. It's always in the end, and this is why the cord cutter generation has been started. That's why this movement has been started. Meanwhile, both sides are using their access to TV viewers to paint the other as a greedy party. CBS, however, has now raised the stakes by blasting Time Warner Cable with the use of its radio stations, according to a report by Variety magazine. Now, the dispute has all the potential of becoming one of the nastiest ever over to retransmission fees. Regardless, there's no question that if Time Warner makes good on its threat to promote Areo, this can only help Areo become more entrenched in users' homes, and that's something CBS is unlikely to want, and that's why Time Warner used that card. Last year, CBS, NBC, Fox, and numerous other TV programs filed various copyright lawsuits against Areo and accused it of unlawfully accessing their programs and retransmitting it. And Areo is one of the companies that has used technology to carve out a new distribution model while getting around the copyright laws. The company argued that if it doesn't have to pay because all it does is link subscribers with the over-the-air TV broadcast using dime-sized TV antennas housed at the company's facilities, and with web-connected devices, customers can control an individual aerial just like they would do with a set of rabbit ears. And that's why the courts have sided with Areo, because all Areo is doing is allowing customers to access the over-the-air. It's no different than someone who comes out with antennas. You come up with an antenna that allows me to be able to capture the over-the-air signals to bring it into my home. Now, CBS, NBC might say, well, hey, if you're creating antennas, you're allowing customers to get this thing free. We don't want them to have it free. We want them to have to pay for their content. And that's why the cord cutter generation, the cord cutter movement have been started. Many people don't like the way cable and satellite companies do business. And when I say many, I'm not talking about hundreds of thousands. I'm talking about millions of people in the U.S. right now do not have cable subscriptions, not because they can't afford it, but because they have decided to watch everything online. They have an online connection already. They have a service like Netflix for $7.99 a month, Hulu Plus for $7.99 a month. So for $14, for $16, they have access to a plethora of channels. They have access to all the shows that they could ever want. They have access to movies. And then when you add on top of that, companies like Rabbit TV coming out for $9.99, and then it gives you a whole menu of channels that you can watch both in the U.S. and worldwide. There's just no end of programming that customers can get for a limited price. For $9.99, that's the price you pay for the unit, and Rabbit TV is $9.99 a year. You see? So that's not even $1 a month. So you work that out, most customers are paying $16 for their cable entertainment. That's all they're paying, $16, because they have Netflix, they have Hulu Plus, and then they may rent something from Amazon Prime or something like that, and things like that. And then a lot of people have Rokus or Apple TVs, which provide additional content. You pay $99 for a Roku, and that's it. And you get all the channels that they have for free, unless the channel provider themselves want you to pay a fee. But there's tons upon tons of content on Roku, and that's where the cord cutter generation is now headed towards those streaming devices. And now Time Warner Cable is in another battle with CBS for their retransmission fees, and Time Warner is threatening that they will bolster Areo if CBS doesn't provide reasonable retransmission fees for them. And 2 federal courts have sided with Areo, and the company is waiting to see what broadcasting will do next. Not coincidentally, Time Warner's chief executive Glenn Britt sounded very interested in Areo's technology as his company was preparing for the clash with CBS. In May, he said, "What Areo is doing to bring broadcast signals to its customers is interesting, and if it is found legal, we would conceivably use similar technology." Now, Les Moonves, CBS CEO, warned that if Areo is allowed to operate without paying for his company's content, that CBS would just remove it from the airwaves. Now, I mean, can you imagine that? A company like CBS, big like that, they are so against what Areo is doing, they're going to hurt the customers by removing CBS from the airwaves as far as the over-the-air, the free broadcast, just so Areo doesn't get it. So all the millions upon millions of customers that don't have Areo, all the millions of customers that watch TV over the air with regular antennas, CBS is just going to yank their programming. And this is why the cord cutter generation is not just strong, but continuing to grow. Because people are tired of being told what to do as far as their cable service. They have to pay these exorbitant fees. Cable prices continue to go up, up, up every year. Every month, cable prices are going up, 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 and you get less content or the same content, and cable prices continue to go up. And many people are saying that no, they don't want this. They're fighting against it, and that's what the cord cutter generation is all about. And that's why Areo is in such a good position right now, because Time Warner is saying that they are going to back Areo if CBS does this. Doesn't give them a good rate on their retransmission fees, and then CBS is firing back and saying that if Areo doesn't stop what they're doing, they're just going to remove their channel from the airways altogether. I mean, and that's my problem with this. CBS isn't losing money by what Areo is doing. They're not. But we're coming up on a break, and we're going to continue talking about this topic after the break, but also we're going to talk about the Mila Find is in the development stages. What's that? We're going to tell you what that is after this. And Google Maps finally lands on iPad. All of this and more is coming up right after the break. Here. Not there, but here on Tech Pulse. So just stay tuned right there. We'll be right back.